Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a un nuevo vídeo del canal. Ha llegado el momento de por fin empezar con algo importante, y es que vamos a empezar con Pulso De Akasha, Fuego, que arrasa, la misión de Arconte disponible, en la que Rukkhadevata formó los huesos y la sangre y Kusanali las entrañas del corazón. Oh dioses, oh deidades, su infinitabondad y virtud deben de ser reverenciadas y cantadas, alabadas y recordadas. En aquella época la casa no funcionaba, las cenizas de la catástrofe se desvanecieron y todo pasó a formar parte de los anales de la historia. Esta es la historia sobre el primer sabio de Buer. Vamos a confirmar, vamos a ir a la misión, nos va a mandar lo primero de todo a la aldea de Aru, así que vamos a la aldea y preparémonos para hablar con cantadas del tema.
Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them!
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting,
What do you need?
promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Y bueno, después de haber hablado con Candace, hay que venir hacia aquí, ¿vale? Tenemos que venir literalmente al lado del teleport para entrar y reunirnos con el grupo y ver cómo continúa todo esto aquí en esta misión de Arconte, que desde luego creo que es de las más impresionantes hasta ahora. ¿Vale?
Why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready?
Nací preparado.
Very well.
Bueno, parece que aquí se va a venir la cosa on fire, ¿no?
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try. The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
Llevaremos a cabo el siguiente movimiento del día del Janabarda.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, take care.
Gracias, Candace.
You're
Vale, yo creo que
welcome.
aquí la cosa
And
se va a
thank you
poner
for
muy
taking my
seria, ¿eh?
advice. Good luck. With everything.
Bueno, pues nada, por aquí parece que todo viene listo para reunirnos con Alacen, así que a eso que nos vamos. La verdad que creo que el enfrentamiento aquí contra los Fatui es algo inminente con todo lo que ha estado pasando desde que vinimos a Sumeru. Y bueno, aquí está Al, a ver qué pasa con él. ¡Hey, Al!
Sounds good.
Aquí está Raman también.
I'll go make some
Ya sabéis, el
preparations.
contacto de Bella.
Okay.
I'll hit them.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah.
Vale,
Also,
parece que todo
Candace
esto es
told
que empezamos la
everyone
misión,
to
¿no?
be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. I hope this is clear to you.
Lo comprendo y lo acepto encantado.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind
A
you
ver,
of
a
the
mí me parece mejor
seriousness
lo que
of
está
our
haciendo Al, ¿no?
situation.
El tema de ser
We
claro
all
con
have
todo
our
lo que
jobs
está
to do
pasando y
after
todo.
all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front
Tiene todo el
lines.
sentido del mundo, Al.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single...
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some
Bueno,
will
no se
exhibit
acaba de
far
tirar
more
flores,
potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge.
¿Cómo olvidarlo?
You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction. The Withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the
Es muy
forbidden
probable que
knowledge
así sea.
pollution that occurred?
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's
Aunque bueno, está
diseases
claro que
would
lo del
cause
árbol
the
también hay que
withering in the
solucionarlo, así que
sandstorms. Well,
entre
at
las zonas
least
marchitas
that's
y
what
todo lo
Tainari
demás
told
y
us.
lo que nos había dicho Tignari,
Wait a
todo
second.
está junto.
Ah, you've connected the dots.
Ah,
The
o sea, que
cause of
todo puede ser
Irminsul's
incluso el árbol
illness
que
may
sea todo por la
precisely be the
contaminación del
pollution from
conocimiento, vale.
forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, what should we do?
Tenemos que apresurarnos e informar a Naida.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
Ella sabe cuál es la clave para salvar el Irminsul.
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
Sí.
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul
Así es.
can we complete to make sure we're still on track.
Vale, pues parece
I
que
would
vamos a
like to
ir
check on the
primero
state
a...
Where are we going?
Vale,
to an eremite
a la base de
base.
los eremitas, ojo. Vale, pues ahora nos toca dirigirnos a la base de los eremitas. Esto, como podréis ver, creo que por el mapa habrá algo más cerca de donde estamos, pero sí, básicamente tenemos aquí este bonito teleport que nos lleva un poquito al lado. Lo que digo, seguimos explorando, seguimos aquí con un montón de cosas y al final esto es una auténtica locura. Aquí estamos en la base de los eremitas, importante. Y aquí en algún sitio tiene que haber un... No, ya lo verás. Vamos a hablar con los colegas y a ver qué está pasando. Me flipa bastante lo que digo, lo que es la historia, lo que está siendo el lore de Sumeru, está siendo brutal. Pero oye, aquí están los eremitas, vamos a ver qué pasa.
What are they doing here?
I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe.
Vaya.
And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Con los cascos que encontramos en la... ¿vale?
Ah, yes. We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the other...
Aren't those devices for can knowledge
Vale, aquí están
extraction?
los que encontramos en el desierto
What are you doing
dañados.
with
Entiendo que han hecho algo con ellos, ¿no? Vamos a ver qué
Look
pretende
here.
aquí Alacen.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into his head again?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious.
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule.
¿Eh? ¿Yo?
Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Por supuesto que sí.
Good. Conviction is the most important part of all. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes,
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand, but trust me,
Vale,
Paimon,
parece que tiene
this
un
is
plan.
something we have to do. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Estoy listo.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements.
Bien, ya está.
Now, open your eyes. Here,
What's this?
read it out loud. It's done.
Qué experiencia tan mística.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
Estoy bien.
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha.
Oh.
You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. And this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few modifications.
Vale. Ok, ahora hay que ir con Cino, ¿vale? Así que nos vamos literalmente aquí al Carabasar Ribat, ya sabéis, la pequeña aldea que empieza, donde empieza el desierto. Y vamos a ver qué pasa con nuestro amigo el Matra. ¡Hey,
I
Cino!
thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture. And
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Hitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
my friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me
Vale, ahora Cino
persuade
parece que no está de
Simon?
acuerdo con el plan.
He's
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here.
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire.
Seems you really do understand the way...
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries
Vale.
and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember?
A ver, como una manera de entrar
Caravan
dentro
Rebot would
estaría
never
bien,
let so many
pero me sigue pareciendo
unregistered members
peligrosísimo.
of the Eremites. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion
Yo entiendo
and also
los
let
dos
us
puntos
enter
ahora
the
mismo,
city as a
pero
big
uf.
group.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
Pueden contar con mi ayuda, yo sé lo que hago.
I knew you would say it.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards.
Deberíamos
That
respetar
should
la voluntad de
help at
Raman y
least a
sus
little
muchachos.
bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our
Vale.
friends. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your support.
Nos van a
We will
mostrar de
show
qué
you
están
the
hechos los del
determination
desierto, me parece
of
guay.
us.
Well, now that you... But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear that we can only achieve our goals if we can ensure our safety.
Vale.
Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro
Tiene razón con
Arconte.
esto.
Okay, you have a deal.
Vale, pues parece que aquí
The
ya la
guards should be
conversación ya está
stationed
y
in the
que
courtyard
ahora
nearby. You
se
can find
viene
them
lo
there.
bueno. Vamos a ir a este edificio, ya sabéis. Y a ver qué pasa.
Guards,
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Vamos a ver.
keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our...
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain El Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al-Akhmar. This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority desert operation.
Got it. Please wait a
Vale,
moment.
pues
I'll
parece que
contact
por
them
fin esto
immediately.
avanza. Ok, parece que todo está planeado para la gran misión. ¿Qué formal te ves cuando estás trabajando?
Because this is work.
Eres mucho más simpático con nosotros.
Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's, no matter how you look at it, They don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with...
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
De ella sí sin haber salido, poca broma.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by the past.
Paimon's so glad that this is settled.
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Will do.
Sé que podemos hacer esto.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Vale.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District. My name is
Oficial de seguridad del Gran Desierto Escarlata.
This is my assistant, the Traveler.
Máquina flotante.
He will be working with me.
Beep! Construct! Beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Encantado.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map.
Vale. Está todo marcado en el mapa, así que está todo listo.
We will engage Ramon's Eremites. Any questions about the time or...
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Vale, pues parece que por esto esta parte está guay. De nuevo lo que digo, estamos aquí en un acto importante para todo lo que es la historia de Sumeru. Me siento importante.
This is all, dude. Get ready. We will move.
Vale, parece que tenemos 2 días para prepararnos. Y aquí está la noche antes del alba. Lo que digo, como ya os recuerdo desde el principio de esto, estamos en el capítulo 3, el acto 5 ya, ni más ni menos. Y hay muchas cosas que hacer. Ahora tenemos que esperar 2 días, así que vamos a marcar aquí con lo de la hora. Y ya sabéis, 2 días. Ahí está. No sé si con esto valdrá exactamente, pero ahora miramos. La verdad que tenía muchas ganas de ver todo esto, ¿no? De entender lo que está pasando aquí en Genshin y realmente yo creo que con lo que se nos acerca, ¿no? Con la escaramucha, con todo lo que puede pasar por aquí, nos encontramos ante una trama que de verdad merece muchísimo la pena. Y ojo, la cosa pinta muy top. Tengo muchas ganas de ver cómo continúan nuestras aventuras aquí en Sumeru. Y bueno, parece que ahora hay que ir al desierto, ¿no? Vale, aquí literal no hace falta ni que nos movamos. Podemos tirar del teleport porque efectivamente esto está cerca de alguno de ellos. Así que vamos a venir a la aldea de Aru, vamos a venir a las afueras. Y lo que vamos a hacer desde aquí es salir por esta zona de tráfico. ¿Había otro camino por aquí? Aquí es. Sería un camino directo sin dar vuelta. Cómo me mola la mascotita del aniversario, ¿eh? Está guapísima. Vale, aquí están nuestros amiguitos. Vamos a ver qué pasa con ellos. Hola.
Look, over there. Our helpers have arrived already. Let's hurry over.
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you.
Ya se
You're
asustado.
my assistant, remember?
Como para olvidarse.
Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to continue the investigation.
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome. What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested in a deal.
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you value your life, I advise you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
I'm not here to talk.
Oh, nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood.
¿Sabéis que estamos aquí fingiendo la batalla? Ataque curativo.
Here come the fireworks. Lighter, please. Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Go as one. I swear by my sword.
Hay tiempo de sobra, ¿eh? O sea, literal estoy aquí haciéndolo para que parezca easy. Vale, lo tenemos.
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the...
You pitiful Dendro Archon dogs! You'll regret this!
I'm afraid you'll regret it first.
King Jeshred will curse you, and you will all...
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General Mahamatra.
Yes, sir!
Vale, pues parece que la parte de los eremitas la tenemos controlada.
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please come to Caravan Rebot and ask for me.
Understood. You are dismissed.
Vale.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
Vale, parece que tenemos un sitio para hablar.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes. Things went perfectly.
That's fantastic. And that punch you gave Ramon there sure looked convincing enough.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport. I promise.
Gracias, Tino.
I'll get everyone...
Yeah, you're the reason why everything went so well.
It's not the time to celebrate yet. Go join up with her.
Vale, ahora toca ir con
She will
ella,
need
¿no?
you to introduce her to Tainari.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it?
A mí también me
and
preocupa
refuse
eso.
to work with us?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari.
Vale, dice que el
Given
con su
how
palabra
well we
bastará,
know
¿no?
each other, if we need help, Tainari is the best option.
Vale.
Get ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't keep them waiting.
Vale, pues dice que no les hagamos esperar, así que con esto hemos completado la noche antes del alba, lo que digo, parece que es la primera parte y ahora yo creo que toca lo tocho. Así que, como ya sabéis, toca seguir con toda la aventurita, en este caso tenemos que volver al Calabasas Ribat y desde ahí pues seguir avanzando. Ahora parece que tenemos que venir cerca, pero primero vamos un momentito a coger el bonito logro que hemos desbloqueado, que es el de ayuda a Cino a llevar a Raman y su séquito hasta Sumeru, conseguido. Vale, pues vamos a ir por aquí y vamos a hablar con el resto. Aquí está Deya. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Estamos aquí, Deya.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, down 7 drinks,
aprovecha
and
el
even
tiempo.
did some clothes shopping.
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you waiting.
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of.
Lo siento, nos entretuvimos con un asunto peleagudo.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All right, I'll stop. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of this.
But where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh, he really gives Paimon the creeps.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that.
Bueno, entonces, ¿qué hacemos?
According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to our plan. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard.
No esperaba que me cubrieras las espaldas.
You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone you know.
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer.
Vale.
Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill, I guess I can apply a discount.
How much more do you want? Paimon's not sure we can afford it.
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say?
Vale.
I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile. Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried.
Gracias, Deya.
Looking good. I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile a down payment for our future victory. Let's go.
Vale. Hora de
It's time
visitar
to
el
pay a
jardín de
visit.
Yai. Pues se viene a la siguiente parte. En este caso entiendo que lo mejor aquí es que hagamos TP al jardín. Como ya sabéis, se encuentra por aquí. Esto nos está llevando por todo Sumeru, eso mola. Y ahora veremos un poquito, ¿no? Cómo sigue avanzando todo esto. De momento me flipa bastante la operación. Creo que lo que digo, creo que por fin todo puede salir bien. Aquí está Tignari, vamos a hablar con él.
Ah, traveler, Paimon. And you are?
¿Cuánto tiempo sin verte?
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
Tignari, queremos hacerte una pregunta.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
All right, then follow me.
Vale.
This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me?
¿Conoces a Dottore? Queremos saber dónde se encuentra.
The doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Party's DI just a little while ago.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about?
Vaya,
Sorry to
venía a
ask you
buscarlo a
like
él.
this after having just met, but your answer is very important to us. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to tell me everything that's happened.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried that we might have made it all up?
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me as the type that would conspire to deceive me. You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point.
Vale.
The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the
Hypatia,
scholar...
¿qué?
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
¿Cuáles son sus intenciones?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to
Ojo, ojo, que Dottore
Snezhnaya
se va a Snezhnaya.
So you mean... you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis Di. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been receiving treatment from me.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient.
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment. I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that be agreeable to you?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, it's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him.
¿Y se dio por vencido así sin más?
I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic.
Vale. Esto es importante, toda esta trama, tengo que decirlo.
I see, I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, you are not like what I had expected. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today, what with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, you're still lacking a bit of shrewdness. And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Paimon can't help but feel like he's hinting at something unpleasant.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation.
No puedo creer que se vaya de Sumeru.
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know a little more, it should be easier for you to stay safe.
Gracias por decírnoslo, Tignari.
Sorry we can't tell you everything.
A ver,
We
hay que
appreciate
agradecer lo
that
que
you
está
helped
haciendo
us
por nosotros,
anyway.
pero tela.
I won't.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest,
Por cierto, aún os debo la
all of
legendaria de
this may
este
have
hombre.
started because
A
of
ver si
me.
esta versión me pongo a full.
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and assist him with his research.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day. This has been a habit of his for many years. But I didn't find any dots in his recent letters.
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia, to investigate this matter.
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe, please withdraw immediately at the first hint of...
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from...
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. I know what I'm doing. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it still caught up to him.
Vale, parece que estamos volviendo de nuevo al presente.
I see.
Y bueno,
So you noticed something was up
sabía
at the
desde el principio
Academia from the
entonces
very
Tino que había
beginning.
algo raro.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, I must keep my
Vale, pues
promise
parece que tenemos
and
la ayuda
help
de
you
Tignari.
however I can. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences. I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbinger. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis DI?
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
Nos vemos. Vale. O sea, que Doctor se pira a Snezaya, gente. Madre mía, la de cosas que estamos averiguando con esta
According to
misión de
Tighnari,
Arconte.
the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by that? We need to be extra careful
Yo en eso
when
pienso
dealing
igual
with
que
a
de ella.
person like him. Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went.
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we go.
Vale, pues
All
vamos a
you-
buscarlo. Hala. Si de ella lo dice,
That
vamos a
Harbinger
hacerle
may have
caso.
tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry.
Yo aprovecho y me traigo el Selly aquí. Vale.
There's quality here.
La verdad que sí, a ver, Dottore, aparte de arrogante, es lo que digo. Si habéis leído los
it's
cómics,
just as
es
I
algo
thought.
bastante tocho. Y probablemente es que estamos hablando, no sé si es el segundo o el tercero de los Fatui. O sea, estamos hablando de uno de los de más alto rango, así que obviamente los tres primeros ya sabéis que son considerados como que tienen una habilidad de dioses.
We can
Así que
stop
puede ser muy
here.
peligroso.
I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by boat?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look.
Vale, pues vamos a Puerto Ormos. Parece que por fin sabemos hacia dónde hay que ir. Así que literal, TP y a ver un poco qué pasa. Con TP ya sabéis que siempre que lo digo me refiero al teleport. Pero aquí está la cosa que arde. Vamos a ver. Vale. ¡Oh! Ojo, Fatui.
Look! Fatui soldiers! Thanks to Dia's tracking skills, seems we found the right place.
Shh! Don't draw their attention. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Vale.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get close.
Vale.
This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the boat.
¿De verdad no está planeando nada?
Uh-oh.
¿Qué ocurre algo?
He saw us.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You mean there's nobody with him?
And where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago, but now they vanished.
So this was a trap.
No hay nadie a nuestro alrededor.
Wait.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hypatia conectó su conciencia con
I'm
Escaramucha.
afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I...
Oh no!
Let's go!
Ojo, que Doctori nos la ha tramado que flipas. Nos ha hecho ver como una especie de ilusión y todo, pero... buah. Como digo, dame un momentito, porque a ver, yo aquí con los barcos estos... Tengo ahora mismo una duda existencial. O sea, yo creo que en este barco quizás podamos encontrar algún tesoro. Dadme un segundito. Te lo veo yo muy grande. Vamos a ir al jardín rápido porque es lo que digo, no estamos para perder tiempo ahora mismo. Vamos allá. A ver, yo creo que el Doctor nos la ha tramado completamente, ¿eh?
Party's DI is not a place you Fatui can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Party's DI for research.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Party's DI now? I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for herbs.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. I may be staying at Party's DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have...
Then it seems our conversation has hit an impasse.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not...
Vale, pues parece que aquí estamos dispuestos a defender a Paseo, así que nosotros vamos al lío.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to
¿Cómo
teach them a
postar
lesson.
Derrota a los Fatui.
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yeah, Kainari, beat him up!
You need to hurry up! Roasted frog! Here! The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now!
Vamos a ver un Genshin.
Speed of light.
Quitamos uno de estos, vamos a por el otro, ¿dónde está? Ahí está. Vale. Fuera los Fatui.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
Vale. Pues parece que nosotros vamos a tener que ir a por la pase, así que vamos allá.
Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in. Well, how is she?
Está bien, duerme como un bebé.
Oh, that's good.
Vale, pero por lo menos no hay... Espera. ¿Qué está pasando?
You think this is over?
Escaramucha. ¿Escaramucha?
What? The Balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every
Recuerda que fue
time
uno de
we
los
meet.
primeros Fatuits que vimos en un evento que tengo aquí subido en la lista de reproducción y moló un montón ese encuentro. Ahí aún no sabíamos que era uno de los Fatui, pero fue una aparición muy épica.
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with Hypatia.
¿Qué le has hecho?
I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with...
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right?
I know you must be curious.
I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch.
¿Por qué?
I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Madre mía, qué chulito. Ahora no, Paimon. Es que es
My
arrogante como el
deification
solo.
is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me?
Parece que la academia se nos adelantó.
Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly laughable.
Si puedes escuchar mis pensamientos, tengo una pregunta para ti.
Yes.
Soy yo, estás siendo más amigable que de costumbre.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this.
¿Realmente estás de acuerdo con todo esto?
What do you mean?
La academia quiere infundir tu conciencia con cápsulas de conocimiento divino, es muy arriesgado. Incluso si la hipótesis de academia es correcta y logras adquirir la sabiduría de un dios, dejarás de ser tú mismo, te convertirás en el nuevo rey mayor Rukkhadevata de la academia. ¿Estás dispuesto a convertirte en un dios incluso si te pierdes a ti mismo?
Those words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares. But you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done for you to protect it with such zest and conviction?
No lo entenderías.
I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking and sense the depth of your determination. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's.
Si de verdad piensas eso, ¿por qué no tuviste tu conexión con la conciencia de Hypatia? Con tu poder actual podrías cortar la conexión fácilmente.
Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified to become my first follower. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory.
¿Eso crees?
You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging.
Si de verdad te aprecia a tu seguidora, deberías protegerla de cualquier daño.
Who wants to hurt my devout follower?
Doctor no quiere que se quede a continuar su tratamiento en Sumeru. ¿No te parece sospechoso?
The doctor wants to hurt my first follower?
¿No estás enojado?
How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord? The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection toward... It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded.
Esa expresión, ¿qué está tomando?
Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be...
Paimon used thunder!
Rayos, tal vez sea la obra de escaramucha.
That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while.
Se ha vuelto más tranquilo, pero sigue faltándole un tornillo.
Where is the storm headed?
Imposible, ¿Escaramucha está usando la gnosis para alterar el clima? Vale, espera, que estos están peleando y aquí Escaramucha la está liando. Vale, vamos a ver cómo están los demás, obviamente. Esto puede ser liada para la tarea. Ahí están Tignari y Deya. A Tignari le ha dado un rayo, creo, ¿no?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
En mi viaje he visto Revita se ha cansado. ¿Le cayó un rayo?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone. Luckily, there were only 2 of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to shreds by the bolts of lightning.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat.
Tu herida.
My wound aside, you look like...
Está bien por ahora, pero tengo algo que contarte muy importante.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Just in case. Let's go to Hypatia's place.
Vale, dice que vayamos donde Apasia, así que vamos a volver arriba. Y lo que digo, esto está siendo una auténtica locura, pero es que fijaos, la que se puede liar aquí no es ni más ni menos pequeña. O sea, fijaos cómo se ha quedado el clima, lo que digo, todo está siendo bastante épico en esta misión principal de Genshin. Y esta misión de Arconte me flipa, de momento lo que vemos es muy interesante y todo está avanzando a un ritmo increíble. Vamos a ver qué pasa por aquí, aquí está Apasia.
Thank goodness she's fine.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself first?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal. I'll be all right.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can push through the pain.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
Vale, podemos comenzar a hablar. Vale, contamos todo nuestro encuentro con Dottore en el puerto, la conversación que hemos tenido con Escaramucha, de conectar con su conciencia. Un plan de la academia para crear un dios ridículo.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess. Anyway, this is all way beyond me. As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party's DI.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back there.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to.
Tengo un presentimiento. La razón por la que va detrás de Apasia tiene que ver con Escaramucha.
Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret.
You said the balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past.
No estoy seguro.
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us. In other words, we've successfully completed the stage of the plan.
Yay, that's...
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
Sí, cuídate mucho.
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Party's DI. Let's continue to keep a low
que ir al Gran Bazar y reunirnos con los demás. Ok, pues creo que con esto habremos terminado una de las partes de la misión, ¿no? Ahí está, ahora hay que esperar a la hora acordada, pero lo que digo, vamos a dejarlo de momento aquí y ya en el próximo vídeo continúo, porque lo que digo, esto tiene pinta de que es una misión de Arconte que será bastante larga y yo creo que lo mejor es ir dividiéndola en diversos vídeos. Aún así, el plan que llevo es intentar traeros toda esta historia a poder ser en un día o dos de contenido, aunque suba más vídeos de Genshin en este caso, para poder darle un poquito más de avance a todo esto y poder ponernos con las legendarias y cosas que me faltan, y sobre todo descubrir cosillas de esta nueva versión, que hay mucho que hacer aparte de los eventos. Nada más que decir, si os ha gustado el vídeo, por favor, viajeros, dejad el buen like, os leo en comentarios. Soy yo, Herrero, esto es KTS y nos vemos en la próxima. Adiós.
Wait for them to ask you